So thank you, Walt Mossberg, for joining me at Laptop Magazine. It is a real honor to speak to you.
Well, I believe that is true. I appreciate the sentiment. It's good to talk to you as well, Kim.
Well, thank you. Let's start off with your a quote from your recently published Windows 7 review where you said Windows 7 beats the Mac OS in some areas. Did you write that?
Okay, look, I was on, I believe it was called Tequila. I can neither confirm nor deny that statement except to say that I completely didn't mean it. Out of context, my lawyers say I didn't say it. I mean, it turns on.
It does.
That's a good thing that Windows has. It turns on sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, before you said that Windows 7 will kill any pets that come near your computer and microwave your grandmother. That's what you said before.
Yeah, I miss Granny. But we gave her a hell of a send-off. You know?
It's sad that Windows 7 has to come between families like this.
It is. Well, Microsoft has been tearing families apart for 20 years. So this is not anything new. I mean, Bill Gates' bowl cut, I think, destroyed many families just on its own. Made kids run away from home.
This is true.
What happens?
This is true. So I know how you feel about Macs, but the HP Envy, the Adamo XPS, the Windows camp is sort of closing in on Apple, don't you think?
Well, look, here's the thing. You can take an old piece of crap jalopy, paint it silver. It does not make it a nice new car. Similarly, it's not what's on the outside. It's the guts of the computer and the software.
Right.
And I don't think that Apple has anything to be worried about because I can't tell you what I've seen, but I know that in years coming up, oh man, it's going to make the Adamo look really damn dumb. I just came off of that one off the top of my head.
That's very clever, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, so those laptop hunter ads that Windows has that they're taking their little jabs at Apple for their expensive but apparently awesome products according to you. So Lauren, in those ads, what would you advise her to buy instead of what she got?
First, common sense, if that's possible. I would think that she should get a Mac because that's just the better piece of hardware. If she had to go deeply into debt for it, all the better. Because that stimulates the economy, stimulates Steve Jobs' wallet, and she'd get a better computer experience.
That's true. So going into debt for your computer, that's where it's at.
I will go one further here and say that if you buy a PC, you're un-American. You are sabotaging the American economy if you're not buying a Mac.
That makes sense.
Yes.
My boss, his wife told him that if he ever brought home a piece of Apple hardware, that she would divorce him. What would you advise for him?
Oh, papers should already be served in that case, I would think. I mean, that's just not going to last. That's a deep ideological divide that can't be crossed. It's like one of you is a Republican and one of you is a Democrat. That's just screwed up from the beginning.
Would you ever marry someone who didn't like Apple to your level of devotion?
Well, that's a difficult question. What I prefer more than that is devotion to my opinion, whatever it is. So if this person doesn't like the Mac because they don't respect my earth-shattering reviews of it, well, then you got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can see that. We couldn't have that. Republicans, Democrats.
It's craziness.
Craziness. Yeah. So, just between you and me, when is the Apple tablet coming out? I know you've seen it. Is it going to be better? Is it going to be better than a netbook?
Well, let me tell you something. It's going to be better than 57 orgasms. It's going to be equal to 58 orgasms.
Okay.
I don't know when it's coming out exactly. I keep telling Steve that he's got to prepare people for the future just a little bit more by incrementally releasing better and better stuff. Because quite frankly, if they announce this tablet tomorrow and everyone saw it, they'd probably all have a heart attack. I'm doing a public a favor by stalling the tablet. It's that good. Sources are currently saying sometime in 2010, just early enough to make Microsoft's Courier concept look terribly stupid and outdated.
Well, what do you think of that concept now? I mean, you've seen what we've seen. It does impress you, the Courier?
Well, look, I tell you, the Courier would impress me if my favorite brand were Fisher-Price, but I'm an adult, and I like tools that do things, not things made by tools.
Yep, makes sense. So, some other stuff you reviewed, the HTC Hero. You gave it a pretty positive review. Are you warming up to Android?
Well, the thing with those reviews is you've got to eliminate the iPhone as a point of reference. Because anything beside the iPhone, if you put anything, you stack it beside the iPhone, it looks like a piece of junk. But if you take the iPhone out of the equation, then yeah, it looks pretty good. If you pretend the good product doesn't exist, then the bad products look a lot better. That's just how it works.
I guess that's how we with Windows Mobile. I guess if you compare Windows Mobile 6.5 to 6.1, then it's awesome. If you compare it to iPhone software, not so much.
Well, it's like if you compare a bed of nails to a bed of pencils. Sure, the bed of pencils seems pretty good, but you're still sitting on pointy things all night. Still garbage.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, I know you love Steve Jobs, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how you rate his performance at the recent iPod launch?
Well, I will give him a 9 because he loses 1 point because I said to him before, I said, Steve, what you've got to do is put a different color on one of those new Nanos. It's got to look exactly like this shirt I'm wearing. A Mossberg orange. But he said no one would buy it. So I guess he probably was right there because Steve Jobs is almost always right. But still, I would have liked to have some color coordination. Very hard to match this thing. I don't know why I got this shirt in the first place. It just appeared on me one day or something. It's not a good killer.
No. Well, but I think it looks good on you. Makes you look distinguished. Do you give Steve Jobs advice a lot?
Well, let me tell you something. He thinks of me as a bit of a mentor. So, yeah, I call him every day. Sometimes I get his assistant, but most times I get Steve directly.
Awesome.
And, I'm the one who pushed back the tablet, as I say. So that's a bit of weight that I carry with him,
Mm-hmm. But what's the best piece of advice you've ever given to him that he did not listen to?
Well, I gotta tell you, I don't know if I can... Okay, is this part off the record?
Okay, yeah.
Because I gave him the name of a hitman, and I said, Steve Ballmer has to go. That's a couple years ago. And Steve said, look, Mossberg, I love you like a brother or a father or something, but I'm not really that much into the wet work. And I got he had that option security trading thing, and he just didn't want the extra heat.
Well, I can see that. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Some of us, sometimes we need to step up. I don't know. Maybe he should have taken your advice. So I saw your video recently where you and David Pogue were singing a song to Steve Jobs. I thought that was very creative. Would you call David Pogue a journalist? He doesn't say he is.
What I would call David Pogue probably wouldn't fit on this recording, but let's just call him a lick spittle. He is a hot air fan that words happen to come out of from time to time, and he's a really terrible nerd.
Well, how about you? Are you a journalist?
I am the pinnacle of journalism. I am the heights to which people try to ascend to in terms of ethical behavior of journalism. So yes, I am more than a journalist. I am journalism.
Aha.
Yeah.
What about Michael Arrington? Is he a journalist?
Look, this is a very pleasant interview. I don't know if we want to get into that particular kettle of worms because it just makes me so angry, that little piece of junk. Oh, God. So arrogant. Never acknowledges when he's wrong. Always thinks he's perfectly right about everything.
I agree.
His track record is terrible. He's just it's just an insult to the industry. So logically, he's an insult to me personally.
Who would win in a fight? If you guys are gonna meet up and you're gonna duke this out, you're gonna teach this dude a lesson. Who would win?
Well, I have to tell you, I've already fought down Grim Death himself, so there's nothing stopping Mossberg.
Awesome.
Arrington would go downtown. Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I have enjoyed our time together. And I look forward to when you and Arrington meet. When's the next public appearance you're gonna make?
I can't really tell you. My security guards have to clear these things. Have to make sure not too many fanboys are there because, if I have to spend all my time signing autographs, I don't get any work done.
That's true, and you got to review that tablet when it comes out. Or have you already written that review?
Oh, it's already written. I mean, that was in the song. Hogue and I, we weren't kidding about that. We've got the reviews written, Editor's Choice Awards lined up. It's all in the can. It's locked.
Awesome.
Done deal. Yes.
Done deal. All right. Well, thank you very much, sir. It was good talking to you.
Thank you.